Aloha headsets, it's your boy Frank and it's time for another weekend video. Now, it's been way too long since we evaluated the best PlayStation VR titles, so I'm bringing you a brand new top 10 list. Now, for those of you new to the channel, hey, consider subscribing because your boy Frankie's here doing the struggle, grinding every day to bring you PlayStation VR only content that is fresh, new, and original every single day. Now, let me get out of the way and enjoy the video. Alright, now first up, before we hop in the meat of all this, why should you listen to me? What about Frank? What's so special about this guy? Well, you know what? I've been playing games since I was 6. I went to school for new media and communications, and I figure, hey, why not? I got a PlayStation VR on launch night. I played every single title, and you know what? I think I can offer a little bit of opinion. Now, if you're not into that, you can leave right away, but if it's up your rally, then stick around, because you know what? I might have something nice to say. Now, let's jump into this list. First up, number 10, Starblood Arena. Now this baby definitely had some issues at launch because of the matchmaking, which is never that great for a game, but I must say that they have been working hard and reaching out with the community and setting up events to help people find games. Now, I never had an issue. If you made a crew from the start, you could find matches all the time, but I did find some lobbies that I would have had to wait way too long in, which is never that great for a new game you can't wait to jump into. But all that out of the way, the gameplay on this one is phenomenal. Moving around in that ships feels so good. I still just want to jump in and play this one, even if I can't find it online. I play with bots and have a hell of a good time. Now, it looks great on the Pro and on the regular PlayStation 4. And I think it deserves a spot on this list because it definitely takes advantage of VR. Now, there are tons of games out there that don't take advantage of what you're looking at in your surroundings, and actually VR is a medium, and I truthfully believe Starblood Arena uses VR to its fullest. Now, on to number 9, Static. This is a cool game. I can't deny it, that one. Having the DualShock 4 in my hand is like a puzzle, and looking down at it in the world really did pull me in. It's very Portal-y in the fact that you're kind of like a subject, but it's not Portal-y from what I've heard people try to compare it, so please don't jump in thinking that one. This is basically like an escape the room game, except the only room is for your hands. Now, I had fun with this one. The puzzles were not too difficult, but I definitely heard that people had some issues. So if you're someone that gets frustrated, maybe it's not for you, but honestly, everything is there around you, and it looks beautiful, plays beautiful, and if you haven't checked it out already, I suggest you take a look. Number 8, Polybius. Now this game is nuts, and the thing is you really can't watch a video on it and understand what's going on here because it doesn't do it justice. Once you hop into this world, your brain gets entranced, and it just makes you drift off and forget your body and everything you could worry about, and you really do get sucked in. It's 50 levels of non-stop speed, honestly. Speed, that's what it is. You just keep on moving, keep on knocking out targets, keep on blasting away, and have a great time. Jeff Minter did an amazing job with this title, built it from scratch with his own engine, and I can't give it enough praise. Number 7, Windlass. Now this is another one of those more relaxing titles, but it's also a little bit anxiety inducing if you want it to be. A lot of people I know do get sick with this one, so please, if you're just hopping into VR, don't start off with Windlass. And if you do start off with Windlass, take it slow or you're just gonna make yourself sick. Because this one really takes VR to that next level. It's almost a Spider-Man simulator like I've heard people say, and hopefully when we get the move support, it will be like a Spider-Man simulator, but visually and the audio, it's just a stunning game that they really did a phenomenal job on. Number 6, I Expect You to Die. Now this is another one of those escape the room games, except this one is secret agent themed, and it works wonderfully. Everything around you is fun to pick up, fun to play with, fun to touch. There are a handful of outcomes for each level, and it's so much fun that you want to figure them all out. Now, I think there's about 4 or 5 levels in this one, so once you've learned them, some of them can be beat in under a minute or so, so it doesn't have the greatest longevity, I guess you could say, but it's fun to replay, so I think it does have a bit of replay value. Number 5, Rush of Blood. Another game that is just top notch. You can get for nearly like $5 now. If you haven't checked out Rush of Blood and you have Move controllers, you definitely need to grab it. Just the arms in the game are great. You move your arms and you feel it in the game, and it just immerses you. It's basically just a shooting gallery on roller coaster, and I'm pretty sure most of us have this one already, but I still jump back in and play this baby from time to time. So if you haven't checked it out already, it's great. It's really not that scary, and if you just focus on the shooting and having fun, you just have a great time. Number 4, Job Simulator. Now this is the $1 million VR game. This one's topping the charts everywhere, and for good reason. It really does take advantage of the fact that you're in VR. It doesn't waste time, and you can just have fun in the environments. The office is great. Working in the garage is great. Working in the kitchen is great. You know what? It's a whole heck of a lot of fun, and if you haven't checked it out already, there's a demo, and the demo does it justice. But I promise you, there's so much more that you can do. Now, once you beat each level, I mean, you can replay them as much as you want to, but this is also a great game to show off to other people. My girlfriend loves it. Number 3, Dirt Rally VR. Now, I don't play racing games for the most part, and if I'm gonna play a racing game, it's gonna be like a Gran Turismo or some kind of supercar game. So when I saw Dirt Rally, I wasn't too keen on jumping into it. But you know, I grab every VR game, so hey, I checked it out, and let me tell you, I was completely wrong judging this one. It's so cool. Being in the car is just amazing, and sometimes the online multiplayer is hard because it's a hard game, but it's fun, and it is really cool, and when you get it to work and you get moving, it's just out of this world, and I've heard that if you get a driving wheel, it pushes it to the next level. Number 2, Resident Evil 7. Now, we all knew this one was coming, and this one is probably most people's top-notch favorite VR game. At least it was for the past couple months or so, and it really does do a wonderful job at immersing you in that world. Now, I had so much fun with this one. I streamed it all the way through the night we got it. I've already played it through 3 or 4 more times, and I still jump back in. The gunplay is great. The environment is great. The bosses are great. It's just a fun puzzle-solving game, and I don't get scared, and it's a little bit scary, but really you need to experience this one. And I never played a Resident Evil game before, or really any horror games for that matter, and I loved it. Alright, and finally, the number 1 spot on the list, Farpoint. Now, some of you may disagree with me, but hey, I love this game. I sit at work and I want to come home and just jump into Farpoint and shoot people. It's finally the shooter that I've always wanted. I love Call of Duty, Battlefield, all those. I have fun with those, but none of them compare to the times that I've spent in Farpoint. Just moving around, looking at my body, aiming down sights, looking at my co-op body, shaking my hand, the gun in the air with them is just something I've never, ever experienced before, and I can't thank Impulse Gear enough for giving me that option and working with Sony to create the amazing aim controller, because this is the game. And honestly, I got it bundled, so I got this one for 20 bucks. I mean, $20 for this game. Even if I paid full price of $50, I would have been a happy camper with everything it has to offer, from the awesome story mode, which with the story is not the greatest story on earth, but hey, what you gonna do? And the amazing co-op, to the very fun challenge mode, and even the little mini games when you're in the lobby. They just did a great job on this game. I know it was hyped forever, and I'm so glad to see when a game is hyped and it actually is a great game. Now, we also have DLC in the works, so I can't wait to see what they're working on and what's coming up around the corner. They've been a great studio, reaching out, talking to the community. I've made buddies with a couple of them on Facebook, so hopefully I might even get some insider access. But I really think if you haven't checked out Farpoint, I mean, check out my full review, and I'm sure most of you PSVR owners have checked it out already, but it really is a great time. Alright, now everyone's a critic, and I know you're not all going to be happy with my list, but hey, some of you may love my list, some of you may have some suggestions for me, some of you may have a different list, and you know what? That's what the comments are for. So hey, thank you for coming through, leave your input below, hit that thumbs up if you like, but more importantly, if you want to stay up to date on everything PlayStation VR, and you don't mind this ugly mug, friggin' subscribe! I mean, come on. Cheers. We out of here, baby. Now, don't get that, aloha headsets. Aloha headsets, it's your boy Frankie here, every day bringing you a... Aloha headsets, it's your boy Frankie and it's... Aloha headsets, it's your boy Frank and it's the weekend, so we're having a good time, we're relaxing.